Speed and Nguyen's Deep Dive podcast is an official podcast made by Speed and Nguyen with the voice made from Google's Notebook LM. Do not reproduce our podcast without permissions from the owner.
Welcome to the Speed and Nguyen's Deep Dive podcast. Today we're diving deep into something that's, well, basically setting the internet and the gaming world on fire. The upcoming Mortal Kombat II movie. Seriously, if you've seen that trailer, you know exactly why everyone's so hyped. We've pulled together insights from places like Screen Rant, Bollywood Shotties, great trailer breakdowns from channels like Marvelous Videos and Ray Cinema, even runtime info from Feature First. Our mission today, unpack why that trailer hit so hard, explore the new characters and where the story might go, sort of figure out what this means for the whole Mortal Kombat movie universe. Okay, let's get into it. So first off, the sheer impact this thing is already having. That Red Band trailer for Mortal Kombat 2, and Red Band means, all the gore and action fans expect it dropped July 17th. And it didn't just land. It caused an earthquake. We're talking, what, 106 million views?
In the first 24 hours, yeah, 106 million. That's not just big, that's huge. It completely smashed the record for Red Band trailers.
Oh, absolutely. It blew past things like the Suicide Squad trailer. That one got, like, maybe half of that. It's a massive difference.
So what does that actually mean, though, beyond just a big number?
Well, I think it shows a fundamental shift, doesn't it? How these R-rated genre films can use online platforms. They build hype directly with the audience, kind of bypassing some older metrics. It's not just good for Mortal Kombat, it's sort of a roadmap for how to engage a really passionate fan base now.
That's a great point. And it gets even more interesting when you look at the first movie back in 2021. Box office-wise, it was seen as a bit of a letdown, right? $84 million worldwide. But that was also because of the simultaneous HBO Max release during the pandemic.
Exactly. But on streaming, it was enormous. HBO Max's biggest film launch ever, actually.
So you have this huge split. Box office, streaming, wow. What's that tell you about the demand for this?
It screams pent-up demand. The box office just didn't capture the whole picture because somebody watched it at home. And then look at the reviews. Critics were mixed, like 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right.
But the audience score, 85%. That gap is telling. Fans were hungry, and the first film, faults and all, gave them enough of what they wanted to build this massive hype for round two.
They really tapped into that fan base directly.
They did, and the fans responded loud and clear.
So they weren't just ready, they were eager for more. Speaking of scope, we know the runtime now. Mortal Kombat 2 is 1 hour and 56 minutes, which is only 6 minutes longer than the first one. What do you think that suggests? It feels like they're promising something bigger.
It suggested being really deliberate, I think, focused. They're not just padding the runtime, which can kill the pacing. It hints at a tighter story, maybe, aiming for bigger impact in roughly the same amount of time.
Efficient storytelling.
Yeah, maybe jumping right into the action, the lore people want, instead of lots of setup. Seems like they're confident they can deliver without making it overly long.
Makes sense. Maximize every minute. Okay, let's shift gears. Karl Urban as Johnny Cage. Big casting news there. He's apparently the lens of the sequel, the new lead, really, with Cole Young stepping back a bit.
Right.
And the description is interesting. Cocky Hollywood action star, but he's down on his luck, lost his confidence. That's not quite the classic arrogant Cage, is it?
No, and that's why it's clever, I think. It works on a few levels. Starting him off humbled makes him more relatable, doesn't it? He's our way into this crazy world through his cynical eyes.
So it gives him somewhere to go.
Exactly. Room for comedy, sure, but also real character growth. He needs to find himself again, find his arcana.
His special power, yeah.
Which is that unique magic everyone has in this movie universe.
And we see the start of that journey in the trailer, right? Raiden recruits him in a parking garage.
Yep.
And Cage is totally skeptical. I don't have transformer arms or shoot lightning bolts, he says.
Classic Cage line, even when he's down.
So what are we expecting when he does unlock that arcana? We know his game moves.
Oh yeah, the anticipation for that is huge. You'd expect the enhanced agility, maybe some super strength. The signature stuff, though. Shadow attack.
The shadow kick, yeah.
Moving super fast, almost teleporting. And of course, everyone's waiting for the infamous net punch.
Gotta have the net punch.
And maybe even the green energy fireballs. His journey isn't just about powers, it's about accepting this destiny he initially laughs at. So seeing him master it should be really satisfying.
And they're having fun with the meta stuff, too. That 1995 Ford Mustang he drives.
Nice little nod, isn't it?
A direct callback to the year the original movie came out.
Exactly. And Warner Bros. even made that fake teaser trailer for his movie within a movie, Uncaged Fury.
With the fake IMDb page and everything.
It's pretty great. Those aren't just throwaway jokes. The Mustang tells longtime fans, we see you, we remember.
Yeah.
And Uncaged Fury is this clever poke at Hollywood reboots while also building up Cage's character inside the movie's world. Adds a layer of fun self-awareness.
Yeah, that self-awareness is key. Okay, moving beyond Johnny Cage, the big promise, the actual Mortal Kombat tournament.
Finally.
The first movie was really the setup. Now, Earthrealm is apparently one loss away from complete domination by Shao Kahn. How does putting the tournament front and center change things?
Oh, it changes everything. The stakes are instantly through the roof. No more training montages, really.
We're in it.
We're in the end game from the start, basically.
Hmm.
The first film built the world, explained arcana, introduced the heroes. Now, boom, they're in the arena. Fate of the world on the line. It means more intense fights, probably a faster pace, just this constant sense of urgency. It's not prep time anymore, it's wartime.
And you need a bigger roster for a tournament like that. They're bringing in some major fan favorites. Let's start with the big bad himself, Shao Kahn.
Played by Martin Ford. Looks terrifying.
Huge physical presence, the Wrathhammer, described as a ruthless conqueror. What does having him as the main villain do?
It elevates the threat level immensely. Shao Kahn isn't just some fighter. He's the emperor of Outworld, a conqueror of realms. His presence makes it an existential fight for Earthrealm. And that tease, that he might actually win this movie.
That's bold.
Super bold. It suggests this isn't just a one-off fight. It could set up a bigger arc where the heroes are truly facing impossible odds, avoiding that predictable ending, and maybe leading to something even bitter later.
And fighting for Earthrealm, we get Kitana, played by Adeline Rudolph, an Edenian princess.
Her inclusion opens up so much lore. Outworld politics, mythology.
Right, they're hinting at flashbacks to Edenia being conquered, her realizing Shao Kahn, who raised her, is the bad guy. How does her story add depth?
Kitana's story is crucial for that depth. She embodies the tragedy of a conquered realm. Her internal struggle figuring out the truth about her past, about Shao Kahn, its powerful emotional stuff, it resonates. And her potential connection with Liu Kang from the games. That ties her personal fight directly into Earthrealm's fate. Adds layers of loyalty, betrayal, redemption.
And she's not alone. We get Jade, played by Tati Gabrielle, Kitana's bodyguard, best friend, signature staff weapon.
And fans are talking about the look, right? The bald adaptation.
Yeah. Some think it's for an aerodynamic fighting style. It's definitely a choice.
It is. Jade's loyalty is her core, so she's a vital ally. The look might just emphasize she's all business, a practical, focused fighter. Sleek, agile, deadly with that staff.
Then we've got Quan Chi, Damon Harriman playing the necromancer, the puppet master.
Ooh, yeah. His presence means serious dark magic stuff. Resurrections.
Manipulating things behind the scenes. And then there's Baraka.
C.J. Bloomfield. That monstrous mutant look. CGI mouth, practical effects. His ambush is apparently Johnny Cage's wake-up call.
A brutal intro to the tournament's reality.
Definitely. Quan Chi is the strategic threat, pulling strings, bringing people back from the dead, which we'll get to. Baraka is pure, visceral horror. He shatters any Hollywood illusions Cage has left.
And they even cast Queen Sindel, Kitana's mom, and King Jared, her dad, Anna Nguyen, and Desmond Chiam. Even if it's just flashbacks, what does that signal?
It signals deeper lore. We'll see Edenia before the fall, understand Kitana's history, why her betrayal by Shao Kahn cuts so deep. It gives context to her choices, maybe her relationship with Sindel too, who has her own dark ties to Shao Kahn in the games.
Yeah.
Makes Kitana much more than just another warrior.
Okay, now for maybe the most surprising stuff. Returns and alliances. Huge reveal. Bai-Han, the original Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim, he's back.
But not as Sub-Zero.
Right. Killed in the first film. Resurrected by Quan Chi as Noob Saibot. That's straight from the games.
Faithful adaptation there. And it sets up that epic Scorpion versus Noob Saibot fight everyone wants to see.
And fun fact, Noob Saibot comes from the game creator's name, spelled backward Boone and Tobias.
Always love that bit of trivia. But yeah, bringing Bai-Han back as Noob Saibot is huge. It's a payoff for fans, shows Quan Chi's power, and gives Scorpion intensely personal stakes for that rematch. Dynamics totally shifted.
But here's the real curveball, potentially. Kano. Josh Lawson.
Yeah, what's going on there?
He betrayed everyone in the first movie, but the trailer hints he's working with Johnny Cage and the good guys, even fighting Noob Saibot.
That is a major departure from the games, where Kano is almost always just out for himself.
So what could that mean? A redemption arc. Seems unlikely for Kano.
It's really intriguing. Maybe it's temporary, a lesser of two evils thing.
Yeah.
Or an enemy of my enemy situation. It definitely adds unpredictability. Keeps everyone guessing about his motives. It's risky, narratively, but could be really interesting if they pull it off.
And with Quan Chi around, are we expecting other dead characters back as revenants?
It's possible. Sources and fan theories mention maybe Kung Lao, others who died in the first film, could see them return under Quan Chi's control. More enemies and more emotional weight for the heroes fighting corrupted versions of their friends.
Switching to the look and feel seems like a big upgrade. Director Simon McCoy had said a lot was shot in IMAX format.
Yeah, for unprecedented scale.
What does IMAX actually bring to Mortal Kombat specifically?
It's not just a bigger picture, it's immersion. For MK, that means the fights feel more visceral, more immediate. The powers, fireballs, ice, shadows will look clearer, bigger. And the different realms, Outworld, Netherrealm, they'll feel genuinely vast and epic. It matches the game's over-the-top nature, makes the world richer, the combat punchier, especially R-rated combat.
Yeah, you feel that scale in the trailer. Multiple realms shown: Earthrealm, Outworld, the hellish Netherrealm, maybe even bits of Edenia. And they're promising something like 27 fight sequences.
27. That's a lot of action.
Using practical effects mixed with CGI for powers and fatalities, how important is that mix?
It's crucial for MK. Practical effects ground it, give the martial art weight. CGI lets them go wild with the supernatural stuff, faithfully adapting the game's crazy moves and finishers. That blend makes the fights feel brutal, but also authentic to this specific universe. And yeah, 27 fights suggests nonstop action, really leaning into the tournament structure.
And they're nailing the fan service with game mechanics, right? Scorpion Spear, Johnny Stunt Jump, maybe Sindel Sonic Scream.
Absolutely. Plus the audio cues. Hearing, "Get over here," or "Finish him,"
Yeah.
in the movie. That's vital.
Fans eat that stuff up. There's even speculation about a visual scoring system, like red and blue lights in the sky showing tournament results in real time.
Yeah, saw that theory. If they do that, it's another clever way to blend game mechanics into the movie, making the tournament feel more like the game experience.
Yeah.
All these things, the moves, sounds, maybe scoring, show they understand what makes MK tick for the fans. It's about respecting that source material.
So, pulling it all together, what's the takeaway? Mortal Kombat 2 looks like a massive step up.
Definitely feels that way.
They're giving fans the tournament, a way bigger roster, better visuals, Karl Urban's Johnny Cage leading the way, deeper character stuff, more lore.
It really seems like they listened to what worked and what people wanted more of after the first one.
Yeah, feels like they're aiming high, trying to redefine what an MK movie can be. It looks brutal, engaging, packed with lore. Could easily set up a trilogy, maybe spin-offs like the producer teased.
And here's maybe the really interesting question to leave you with. With all this deeper lore, the complex characters, and especially that hint that Shao Kahn might actually win this round, how could this sequel set a much darker, more profound tone for the future? Are we moving past just tournament fights into a full-blown war for Earthrealm survival?
Something to definitely think about until October 24th. See you again in the next episode of this podcast.